Welcome to News Desk with me, Mamiesi Nyamiche Thompson. In the next hour, 60-year-old woman beaten to death after she was accused of witchcraft at Bubuna in the Yonyo Nansuene district of the Northeast region. We have details. A key government official of deposed Niger president still in denial of current crisis in his country as he insists the presidential guards who seized power lack recognition in the international community. We have an exclusive with the Chief of Staff. Also, Electoral Commission vows to go after persons who flout rules for the use of the guarantee system in the upcoming voter registration exercise. We have details, plus we'll tell you why Nkranza South and North will not partake in the upcoming district level elections scheduled for 19th December. I am Mamiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Please stay for details. Now let's dig in. And a 60-year-old woman, Konjit Dut, has been beaten to death after she was accused of witchcraft at Bumbuna in the Yonyo Nansuene district of the Northeast region. According to family, the deceased was summoned by some of the community members after one of them reported seeing her in his dream trying to harm him. The family adds that the woman was murdered on her way to report the accusation against her to her family in the next village. The incident comes as Parliament recently passed a bill seeking to proscribe witchcraft accusations. It also comes on the back of a similar incident in June this year at Sangmana that nearly sparked tribal violence in the district. Speaking to Joy News, a brother of the deceased, Jacob Cook, says the family is demanding the arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators. He said family would not bury the body of the deceased until their demands are met. The police have confirmed the incident but wouldn't give details. Chief of the community has condemned the attack and vowed to ensure that the law takes its course. Witchcraft accusations and violence are common in the Northeast region. There are currently around 70 women separated from their families and being held as witches in the region. Let's go live now to correspondent Eliasu Tanko for more on this. Eliasu, when exactly did this incident happen and why?
Well, we understand it happened on Monday. This woman, we understand 3 years ago, had been accused in this similar community. And so on Sunday, actually, she was summoned by some members of the community. And then she was told that one person had accused her of being a witch, and the other person said he saw her in his dream trying to harm him. So they were asking her to treat this person who we understand is currently ill in the community. And so we understand the woman was on her way to the next village to report the accusations against her to her family. Two men then on a motorbike treat her, and she was beaten to death by these two gentlemen. We understand the police have been informed, and we're also picking a report that one person had already been arrested. But the family members, the family of the deceased, they are now asking for justice. They are asking that all the perpetrators involved should be arrested and prosecuted.
Well, Eliasu, how is the community reacting to this incident, seeing that there was a bill passed in Parliament recently to abhor some of these practices?
Well, it appears the community members are not aware of this particular development in Parliament. And this is not the first time that actually such an incident has occurred in this area. Only June this year there was a similar incident in that area. And then also in July, another incident happened in the same area, which is the Namong community. And so this is a very common incident in that particular area. And because of a slow justice system, or if you like, a lack of justice, in most cases, these things keep occurring.
But has the family taken any steps to, get some investigations done into the incident? Maybe the chiefs in the community or even the police?
Yes, I understand the police have been informed. The chief actually said he was the last person to be informed about the incident. He expressed his unhappiness that the community members were able to hide this particular information from him until the last moment when he was informed. And he said he personally reported the incident to the police and asked or encouraged the police to take action on this particular matter. And so, yes, the family have also been making some demands. They are saying that until the perpetrators are arrested and prosecuted, they are not going to allow for the burial of their love, the woman that have been murdered. And they are also saying that if the perpetrators or the attackers are not killed, they were going to take the law into their own hands. I spoke with the two sons of the deceased, and they were very, very angry and insisted that if justice were not served, they were going to look for the perpetrators themselves and then exact revenge on them.
Right, Eliasu, we're so grateful for your time here. Eliasu Tanko is our regional correspondent, but joining us too on this issue is the brother of the deceased, Jacob Jakpe, and he's here to tell us more about the incident. Jacob, if you can hear me now, can you describe the circumstances leading to your sister's demise? Jacob, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, the incident happened at Bukugu, Union National District. And it's my sister. And the family of Dow, specifically Country Paul, married. And on Saturday, they accused her as a witch, which is Namka grandson. On Saturday, she said and said, it's good for me to go and inform my parents.
Eliasu, if you can position yourself well or reduce the volume of the television set wherever you are, it's giving us feedback. Unfortunately, that's giving us feedback. So if you can just put that off and speak to me through the phone so that we can get a smooth conversation here. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you very well.
Great, wonderful. Please, now tell me, how would you describe your sister? Who is she? How old is she?
Yes, she's a good country port, and she's 60 years old.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so when this incident happened, what was the explanation given to you? Why was she killed?
Yes, she was killed by accused as a witch. And which is one of their brothers. For that matter, she was coming to inform we as a parent in the house. And the two gentlemen chased her and beat her severely up to death.
Okay.
And then later on they came and then informed we as a parent that our sister has passed away. And we say no. When you were beating our sister, people saw it. And they told people what you are doing is not good.
So
4 to 5 hours interval, you cannot give us this information. It's better for you to send the body to mortuary, and then we'll see how we can investigate and see what caused the death.
But do you have any idea who may have perpetrated this crime?
Yes, those who committed the crime here is Namka Bama and Kwambia Emmanuel. They are the two gentlemen who beat my sister up to death. And the security arrested one person. Nam Kabama, he left Kwambian Emmanuel. And that is why we as a family, we say no, unless they bring Kwambian Emmanuel, for the law must be taken. And the right thing must be done before we can allow the body to be buried. Yes.
What has been...
It's a serious issue.
Indeed it is. What has been the communication given to you by either the police or even the chiefs in the area about what they intend to do about the situation?
Yes, really, indeed. I spoke, even this morning, I spoke with the assemblyman. And yesterday too, I spoke with the assemblyman again. And she told me that she will work accordingly with the chief and they will make sure that they bring the other guy who is part of the victim, who is part of the murdered case. And we'll see how best we can iron the things. Yes, currently I spoke with the assemblyman.
Okay.
Yes. And we told them that we don't have any problem. But our problem is they should bring the guy. And then the right thing must be, the truth must be spoken. And then we'll see how we can process the thing. And the body can be buried.
Right.
But without that, it will be something else.
Right. Thank you so much for your time here on News Desk. We've also been joined by the chief of the area, Bagut Alasan. Mr. Alasan, we're grateful for your time here. But seeing that this situation has happened in your community, how are you handling it?
I left for Accra before the incident happened. I'm the chief of the community, but I work in Accra. So I left about 2 days before it happened. It happened on the 13th of August. That was a Sunday. That was briefed by my subjects at my parish. According to them, the woman was accused of witchcraft. So they invited her to their family house, the head of the family house. And they asked her to deny knowledge of the accusation. But they said they were going to take her to a fetish break in Togo. And they said if that's the case, they should allow her to go and inform her family members at Kao, a community called Kao. So she was allowed to go. And on her way, she was almost entering the community when the young guy called Bama, the sick boy's elder brother, with one of his friends, followed up. I wonder why they are pulling the woman, they were pulling up the woman, they are 12 spirits. So they parked their motorbike and had to run after her. So when the woman was about entering the community, they just attacked her with their cudgels, beat her to a pulp. And so it was then that the woman's nephew came out and saw what was happening to his aunt. So he was able to seize one of the cudgels from the boy and then asked them to take their corpse back home.
Well, Mr. Alasan, we understand, the incident that has happened, but as a chief in the community, this is a grave, grave, grave crime that has happened. And just recently, a bill was passed in Parliament to abort some of these incidents. How is it that this is happening under your watch? What are you doing about it?
Yeah, the issue is still with the police. The police came and took the cops away and arrested one of the boys. So right now the cops is in the morgue. But they are insisting that they should get them the other boy. There were two boys who did that. So they should get him the other boy before the cops can release for them to go and bury. Now, as the chief of the community, I'm waiting for the cops to come. I have some verifications, some performances to do before they can bury the cops. Then after the burial, I will sit with the family members and know what sort of method to take.
Right. But before you go as well, another important issue is that many of the residents in your community are unaware of the bill that has been passed against some of these practices. How are you ensuring that this does not repeat?
Well, when I go back to the north, I think I'll have to organize. I have been calling meetings. I will invite my churches and most of my community members to attend those meetings. So when I go back, as usual, I will invite them and be informed about the new bill that has been passed. You know, previously, I used to entertain these witchcraft issues. But at the point, I was advised to, because witch or a witchcraft is a spiritual thing. I don't have the eyes to see it. And so whenever somebody is accused of witchcraft, I don't have to entertain those people. And so I have really started dissuading my people before this incident happened. So as usual, when I go back home, I will mobilize them and get them educated on what has happened.
For your time, Mr. Alasan, he is chief of that community where a 60-year-old woman has been lynched, being accused of witchcraft. Well, we've been trying to get a sponsor of the bill, Francis Xavier Susu, but we've not been able to reach him. As and when we get him, we will speak to him on this matter. Now let's turn our attention to the coup in Niger, and Joy News exclusively caught up with Chief of Staff of Niger's deposed president, Mohamed Bazoum, who is still in denial that the military has toppled their government. Chibo Dauda says the Presidential Guard, which seized power in the French West Country at the end of last month, lacks recognition in the international community. A group of military chiefs from West Africa are wrapping up a strategic meeting organized by sub-regional body ECOWAS here in Accra to fashion out modalities on the deployment of troops to restore constitutional order in Niger. Speaking exclusively to Joy News, Blessed Suka last night, the beleaguered chief of staff says Mohamed Bazoum is in good spirits, knowing that he is the legitimate president of Niger.
I don't need to ask you how you're doing, because obviously things are not too well for you and the Nigerian public. But let's start off with how you made it into Ghana. What was your story? How did you leave Niger? Even when the coup happened, when you were in that country, how did you run for your life and to make it right into the Republic of Ghana?
Thank you for everything. But before answering your question, I want to correct something.
Right.
I'm not the former chief of staff. I'm the chief of staff of the president of the Republic of Niger.
You don't accept that you've been deposed?
Mohamed Bazoum, who is still the elected president of Niger, then is not the former president. He is the president of the Republic of Niger, the elected one. This attempt to depose him is still ongoing, and it will finish in
So you don't even accept that you've been deposed?
No. Bazoum is still the president of the Republic of Niger, recognized by all the countries in the world, except, of course, Mali and Burkina Faso, that are in the same situation.
But you can't go back home now because your president is no more. There's a new prime minister, there's a new cabinet.
Il n'y a pas de premier ministre, il n'y a pas de nouveau cabinet, tout ça est nul et de nul effet. Le président Mohamed Bazoum est le président de la République du Niger est le seul président de la République du Niger reconnu par tous.
So basically what he's trying to say, and for those of you who may not understand, is that they do not accept being the former chief of staff. He does not, first of all, accept that there's a new cabinet. He does not accept that there's a new president. He does not accept that there's a new leader of the Nigerian people. All he accepts right now is the fact that there is only one president in the Republic of Niger, and that is President Mohamed Bazoum, who was democratically elected. Now, I'm going to ask you about President Mohamed Bazoum, because I need to ask you how he's doing right now, how he's faring. After the coup d'etat happened, you were there trying to fight back. It didn't work, so you left, but he's being detained now. How is he feeling now as we speak?
Le président de la République va très bien. Il a le moral très haut et il est prêt à se battre pour la démocratie, pour la liberté, pour la justice au Niger. Donc le président de la République va très bien, il a le moral très très haut. Certes, les conditions de vie sont déplorables parce que depuis l'événement du 26 juillet, la junte a mis tout en œuvre pour le démoraliser, pour le faire ramener à un état réduit, mais c'est sans compter sur sa force morale. Donc le premier va très bien.
Okay, so basically he's making the point that when you talk about President Mohamed Bazoum, he's in high spirit, good spirit. In fact, morally, his morale is high. He's not down or, dampened. His spirit is not dampened by the fact that there's a new military junta that is controlling the country, except to say that he's been detained. And naturally, when you're detained, your rights are restricted. You do not have the right to move. You do not have the right to make certain natural, adjustments which he would have done when he was head of state. So that is the only confinement in which he finds himself, except to say that he still believes that he's the president of the republic and is in good spirit. I guess that's the point, the import of the point you're making. Now, you're saying that he's in good health. If he's in good health and is in a high morale, he's been deposed by the military junta, and we've seen the military junta receiving a lot of support. I don't know if it's just my impression, but they seem to be receiving a lot of support. You take a look at when the coup happened, they staged a rally at a stadium. And in that stadium, lots of people filling up the stadium to capacity. It does suggest that there's just something right with this coup d'etat and the military regime that is controlling. People appear to be supporting them. Is that not the case?
Sur ça, ce que je veux vous dire, d'abord, sachez que dans des situations comme ça, c'est toujours le populisme qui prend le dessus sur tout ce qui est rationnel. Alors, donc, la junte nigérienne n'a pas fait exception. Quand il y a eu le coup d'État, la vraie manifestation s'est tenue le premier jour du coup d'État. Il y avait eu une manifestation spontanée. Moi, j'étais dans la manifestation, j'avais conduit cette manifestation. C'était des milliers et des milliers de Nigériens qui étaient sortis pour dire non au coup d'État. Ils ont tiré à balles réelles sur les gens. 4 personnes étaient sévèrement blessées. C'est ce qui a démotivé les gens ce jour-là. Après, eux-mêmes, pour se donner bonne conscience, ils ont organisé un simulacre de manifestation où ils ont pris toutes les nouvelles recrues des militaires, les nouvellement recrues, et leurs familles qu'ils ont habillés en t-shirt. Certains d'ailleurs n'ont pas eu le temps de se déshabiller, d'enlever leur habit militaire pour mettre leur habit civil quand ils sont venus à la manifestation. Et si vous regardez, quand ils ont attaqué l'ambassade de France, celui qui a été blessé au pied, que vous voyez dans les manifestations qu'on avait prises, c'est un colonel-major de l'armée. Donc, les manifestants ne sont pas des gens, des civils qui sont contents, la plupart qui sont contents du régime militaire.
Why are you arguing so? Why so?
Parce que c'est ce que je viens de vous dire. La plupart des manifestants, quand vous regardez même à la télévision, ils ont encore le treillis militaire, le t-shirt militaire. Et celui qui a été blessé à l'ambassade de France le jour où ils ont fait la grande manifestation, parce que la riposte a fait que les gens étaient obligés de tirer des gaz lacrymogènes sur eux. Il y a un qui était blessé au pied, c'était un colonel-major de l'armée. Donc ça veut dire que la plupart des manifestants, ce sont des éléments, les nouvelles recrues de l'armée qu'ils ont fait sortir. Ça c'est un premier point. Le deuxième point, sachez que le Niger compte 8 régions. Parmi les 8 régions, c'est uniquement Niamey où il y a eu des manifestants. Dans toutes les capitales, c'est l'opposition qui est forte en Afrique. Principalement au Niger, l'opposition est très forte à Niamey. Donc ils ont fait sortir les militants de l'opposition. Le parti politique de l'opposition du leader Hama Amadou qui est à Paris actuellement, il a écrit une lettre pour demander à ces gens de sortir pour soutenir la manifestation. Donc voilà la manifestation de Niamey. Mais quand vous regardez les médias, quand vous regardez les télévisions, vous voyez que dans tous les pays, dans toutes les autres régions, nos gens ont manifesté, y compris à Niamey, où ils ont été tirés à balles réelles.
So basically the point the former chief of staff is making is that we should disregard what is happening on the televisions as we see it, and also making the point that what we have is that the military is just inviting people to create the impression as though they have legitimacy, but they do not have legitimacy based on what we're seeing on the screens, and that they are just bringing their cronies and bringing people who align with them to fill the stadium. So we shouldn't believe what we're seeing on the television.
Well, the head of the Foreign Affairs and Diplomatic Desk, Blessed Soga, joins me for more on this. Blessed, so we know today is the second day for the meeting of the Chiefs of Defense Staff from ECOWAS. What do we know about today's meeting?
Well, Amisi, it's a pleasure to be talking to you. But first of all, I must point out that we are stationed right in front of the embassy of the Republic of Niger. And why we're here is because we're picking information that some Nigerian citizens may be picketing the embassy in a few minutes from now. It's the reason for which you're seeing the police vehicles which are stationed right in front of the mission or the foreign embassy of the People's Republic of Niger, the Republic of Niger, I should say. But just to give you a background to that meeting that transpired yesterday that we saw amongst the army chiefs, what we witnessed yesterday was the day one of a committee meeting. And this committee meeting is simply a meeting amongst the military chiefs drawn from West African countries. Now, these military chiefs are basically doing a meeting as part of efforts to reactivate or activate what the sub-regional body ECOWAS is calling as a standby force. Now, they are calling it a standby force because any moment from now, the regional body, through the leadership of President Akufo-Addo, President Bola Tinubu, and the other West African leaders, they have resolved to deploy military troops into the Republic of Niger to restore constitutional order. That's because ECOWAS is arguing that after the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum was ousted, the military junta in Niger is unwilling to negotiate and to return the country to constitutional pathways. So that's the reason for which the military chiefs are meeting, and today happens to be day two, where we'll be bringing you some live updates when that meeting wraps up somewhere around 2 p.m. today. So we're waiting for the final communique from this. Security experts will be briefing us on the technicalities of the deployment and what the military will be doing once the green light is given. So we'll get a sense of that at Burma Camp, which is serving as the base for that meeting of the military chiefs. But what you see now is police presence at the Nigerian embassy. And I must point out at this moment that in a few minutes from now, we will see citizens of Niger who are resident in Accra. They will be coming right here to the embassy right behind me to make a strong statement, as they are indicating to us, to the Nigerian junta. The point is that they do not agree with the military intervention or coup d'etat, if you want to call it, within their own country. We're uncertain about what their opinion will be on the decision by the sub-regional body ECOWAS to deploy military troops. But what we know, speaking to Jibo Dauda last night, is that they support the intervention because they believe that the intervention is simply necessary to restore constitutional order. It's unclear if the citizens who are resident in Ghana will also go with that approach by the sub-regional body ECOWAS. But for now, the Ghana Police Service with its men are stationed here trying to keep law and order and to ensure that the picketing that we are likely to see in the next few minutes will not be chaotic, but would rather be a peaceful message that will be sent across, all in a view to tramp home that message that they first of all want constitutional order in their country, and also that the military team in Niger ought to release the deposed President Mohamed Bazoum. That's the message they'll be sending across. And we can just pan over and give you a sense of some of them arriving right here in Accra, where we have some of them filing through and coming together just to make that statement that they would want to make to their military regime and military team in Niger. The message is simple. They want the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum reinstated, and right afterwards they are also asking for a return to constitutional rule. So a bit of a chit-chat amongst some of the citizens who have started arriving here. We'll be giving you some updates as and when their activities start. And also, we'll also be updating you on that meeting which is happening concurrently amongst the security chiefs of the various West African countries. Now, yesterday, when we interacted with ECOWAS, the indication we're getting is that all is set, except to say the meeting happening at Burma camp is simply a meeting of dedication, a meeting that is set to explain and also to get feedback and affirmation or endorsement from all the military chiefs from the West Africa sub-region who would be making their statement on the technicalities, how to approach the deployment, and some of the issues to be on the lookout for as the deployment takes off. We also do know that after today's meeting, there'll be a clear roadmap for the military from West African countries who first of all have to contribute troops. Then there'll be, of course, the establishment of structures as to how this exercise will be carried out. And also we'll get to know which of the countries will be leading the command. These are the three key issues that we'll be learning after today's meeting. But right here at the Nigerian embassy, there's set to be drama, obviously, because the residents or citizens of Nigeria resident in Ghana will be amassing in their numbers in a few moments from now just to register their displeasure at what's happening in the country. There is the issue about the capacity of the sub-region ECOWAS. Why is that key? Because there's criticism that the sub-region, knowing that it is facing issues of economic challenges, does not have the capacity, first of all, to go into Niger and to risk spending billions and billions of dollars. At our last count was $2.3 billion just to sustain a military trip in Niger. That question has come up. The sub-regional body says it is determined to simply use its own resources because it believes that constitutional order must come back to Niger. So we were speaking to Ambassador Fatal Abdel, who's the Commissioner in charge of Political Affairs, Peace and Security, who also pointed out to us that this is solely an ECOWAS exercise, and the fact that the sub-regional body does not need the express permission from, say, the United Nations or the African Union. This he has been reacting to because of the criticisms that have come up. Some sources pointing out to us that as we speak, the African Union is divided about the intervention and the decision by the ECOWAS body because after their security committee meeting, the body was divided with some of the sub-regional bodies disagreeing with ECOWAS on the decision to use the military. In fact, yesterday at the first meeting of the military chiefs, what transpired was that Cape Verde did not turn up. Cape Verde did not show up for the meeting because Cape Verde is making a strong case and mounting that case for what they are terming as the need for diplomacy and the need for a peaceful resolution of the crisis. It's the reason for which we did not see, Cape Verde attend. Mali, Burkina Faso have all declared their solidarity for the military regime in Niger, and that is beginning to complicate matters. But obviously, Niger would also not. And so we did not see, of course, the Nigerian officials or envoy attending that meeting. But in your shots now, you can see some of the residents or citizens of Niger already amassing and coming closer. And of course, the numbers will be growing by the day. And we see the police and security chiefs already trying to restore order as we speak. This is the Joy News channel. We're bringing this to you live where the citizens of Niger are beginning to picket, if I may call it, in front of the Nigerian embassy here in Accra. It's a busy day as well, busy Friday, but the police...
And those are live excerpts from the Nigerian embassy here in Accra. You heard our Foreign Affairs desk president, who has been giving us updates on what's happening at Burma camp and also the Nigerian embassy, where some Nigerian residents are picketing there to ensure that the deployment that will be sent to Niger doesn't happen. But as and when we get updates on those developments, we'll be bringing it to you here on Joy News. But let's go back to our first story, where 60-year-old woman, Konji Dut, has been beaten to death on accusations of witchcraft. We've been joined by MP for Madina and sponsor for the witchcraft allegation bill, Francis Xavier Sosu, on this particular issue. Francis Xavier Sosu, you've learned of this incident recently, and how does this come to you, knowing that this bill was passed recently, barely a month ago, in Parliament to forestall some of these actions?
I think that a very good morning to your cherished viewers. I feel really sad and quite worried about the turn of events that we still have people being accused of witchcraft accusation, even though Parliament recently passed a bill to criminalize the said practice of accusing another person of being a witch. I try to follow the story carefully, and exactly what we're trying to prevent is what happened. Like someone waking up and saying that I saw you in the dream flying and trying to harm me in my dream, and for that reason you are a witch. Unfortunately, there was a family or a community gathering where the woman was confronted as being a witch, and according to the story, on her way to go and report to her own family, that was when this murder occurred. It's quite unfortunate. I know that since the bill got passed about a couple of weeks ago, it's still undergoing processes of being assented to by the presidency. I would just use the platform to actually ask that it would be assented to early enough so that sensitization can start. I think that this problem has been with us for many, many years now, and it won't stop just because a law has been passed. It will require collective effort to do a lot of sensitization within the communities, and then also full implementation of the law. I believe that there is no relationship between even the accusation right now, even and then the murder that occurred, because we don't know who actually killed. And I'm sure police will definitely be investigating what led to the murder. But we all know that the root cause is the positive accusation. And so the one who did that accusation definitely would also have to be picked and possibly questioned and prosecuted. But I'm afraid that could not happen now, because I'm sure that I've been monitoring to see whether we can have news of the presidential assent, but we are yet to have that one.
Well, Mr. Sosu, in the absence of the president yet to assent to this bill to pass into law, what then happens in the interim? What measures can be put in place to serve as deterrent, in this circumstance?
Well, I think that, depending on the kind of investigation police may want to do into this matter, we could treat the person who did this accusation as having abetted, the crime. So police should swiftly arrest, the person doing the accusation, as well as the community members that actually gathered to ostensibly to confront this woman with this issue, which eventually, on her way to tell her family members, met her untimely death. And it's quite unfortunate. We must understand that this whole issue of witchcraft accusation is buried in religion, culture, myths, and so many things. And until we begin to effectively, first of all, communicate the law, and secondly, implement the law, it will be difficult for it to cease. But when people know that by accusing another person, you have actually been arrested, charged under the act, and jailed under the act, I'm sure it will serve as a deterrent to many people.
Right. We're grateful for your time, but just before you go, another challenge has been education of these people, residents in these communities, getting to know about the bill and also to ensure that they do not do this to their fellow residents. How do you need to wait for the law to be passed before you start sensitization, or you can start something now?
I think you are very right. I believe that all CSOs who have been working together to ensure that this bill get passed, I'm talking about the Sana Institute, Action Aid, Amnesty International, and all other, including even the diplomatic community, the British High Commission, Australia High Commission, American embassy, all the diplomatic community who have been all interested in supporting UK Aid, for example, supported Asuntaba and all the CSOs that were all involved in this, the process to criminalize witchcraft accusation. I would use a platform to actually appeal to all of them that this is the time for us to rechannel funding towards community-based sensitization, so that in these communities we can actually educate the communities to understand that accusing another person of being a witch has the potential of letting them die, like it just happened in this case. And that it is even criminal now for you to do that, even as you wait for the presidential assent. I also think that there is also an onus or duty on the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, because they are charged with the responsibility to protect the most vulnerable in society. So I think this is an opportunity for the ministry also, through the Department of Social Welfare, to begin a very serious or a series of education programs in these communities, so that we can bring the communities up to speed about the new law.
Grateful for your time here, Francis Xavier Sosu, who is sponsor of the Witchcraft Allegation Bill, giving us his thoughts on the latest incident that has seen a 60-year-old woman beaten to death in Naswano district in the Northeast region. Now let's move on. The Electoral Commission has vowed to go after all persons who breach the rules and regulations for the upcoming voters registration exercise. The EC announced yesterday that persons who have turned 18 since 2021 can now register to be voters. But speaking at a news conference to announce modalities for the exercise, Chairperson Jen Mensah explained that one person can only guarantee for up to 10 persons, warning anyone who goes beyond this ceiling will be prosecuted.
All applicants are to show proof of eligibility by tendering any of the following identification documents. 1, the National Identification Card, also known as the Ghana Card, and the Ghana Passport. Applicants who do not have any of the identification documents listed above are required to present 2 persons who are already registered voters to vouch for their citizenship and age. Per law, a guarantor can guarantee for up to 10 applicants. It is important to emphasize that it is a criminal offense to guarantee for more than 10 applicants, and a person who guarantees for more than 10 applicants will be prosecuted. It is also a criminal offense for a guarantor to guarantee for non-citizens and minors. The Commission will identify such persons and bring them up for prosecution. And here I'd like to call on our media partners to assist us in educating our citizenry on this specific section of the law.
Meanwhile, the district-level election scheduled for 19th of December will be conducted in all districts across the country except the Nkranza North and South districts. Jen Mensah explains why.
The district-level elections refer to the Assembly and Unit Committee elections. They are also known as the DLE for short, and that's what most of us call them. The DLE will be conducted to elect people to the lower local government structures. It is a non-partisan election, and it is held every 4 years. The 2023 district-level election will take place on Tuesday, the 19th of December, 2023. The DLE will be conducted in all 6,272 electoral areas in all districts, with the exception of Nkranza North and Nkranza South in the Bono East region. The DLE for the 2 districts was not held in 2019 for security reasons. They were both conducted in April 2021. As such, the elections would not be held in both districts until 2025. The Commission has developed a comprehensive program of activities for the 2023 district-level elections, and this will be made available to the public shortly. As a Commission, we encourage voters to take advantage of the voters' registration exercise and register to vote. We also entreat the citizenry to participate actively in the district-level elections, which will be held on the 19th of December, 2023.
You're still listening to Joy News Desk. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. We'll be right back with business.
Hello, my name is Abeku Agri Santana. If there's anything that makes my life so easy, it is my bank. I love hanging out with my boys at our usual fufu joint. But even without cash, we still dey chop better with EcoBank Mobile. No matter the time of day, my bank helps me stay in touch with my beautiful wife whenever she's away. And when my beautiful wife is in town, she never misses out on her favorite TV shows because I'm able to pay up all my TV subscriptions from the comfort of my mobile phone. Whenever she has to get groceries too, my bank makes it cashless and convenient. And the part my wife loves the most is when my bank makes it possible and easy for her to shop from any part of the world without moving.
Welcome to the smart world of EcoBank. Download EcoBank Mobile from Google Play Store or the App Store and discover the smart way to bank. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
We've had news file over the weekend, and an interesting part of the conversation focused.
Oh no, we are out of range.
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. I have Alexa in my bag.
Alex, what?
Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana and play Joy FM.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Listen to Joy FM, Hits FM, Love FM, live on your Amazon Echo. Listen to your favorite multimedia radio stations live on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana, play Joy FM or Hits FM or Love FM. Or catch up on your favorite podcast by saying, Alexa, play, and then the name of your favorite podcast from Multimedia Ghana. For a list of all podcasts available, say Alexa. Ask Multimedia Ghana to browse programs.
And we are back like we never lost signal.
Alexa, welcome to Multimedia.
For crystal clear and thrilling podcasts and live shows, download and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, MyJoy Online, Amazon services like Echo, Amazon Music, and Audible, Stitcher, Adom Online, Overcast, and Pandora. Take note of everything. Sign up for the multimedia digital platforms now. Stay updated.
When everybody came out, everybody's looking good, displaying their art, beautiful art everywhere. This is my 5th year coming in a row. So I'm here every August for the festival. It's been amazing being with my black people all day, every day. It's been great.
It's so fun here. There are a lot of art things to do. So I personally love it. And I love the artworks. I love Charlotte 2022.
It's fantastic. This year's experience is marvelous.
It's amazing. It's Charlotte Festival, y'all. You ought to be here.
The paintings, the people, the Ghanaians were awesome.
Everyone, when you're in Ghana around the same time, make sure you check it out. It's really happening.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The Office of the 2022 National Best Farmer has launched the Rethink initiative to inspire the youth to embrace agribusiness as a profit-making venture. According to the 2022 National Best Farmer, Nana Yao Sapon Sirebo I, the initiative will urge the youth to leverage the many opportunities provided by Agric to contribute to development. Here's more.
The Rethink initiative is aimed at encouraging the youth to see agriculture as a dynamic business opportunity and also build the capacity of existing farmers on adopting sustainable farming practices to reduce post-harvest losses. Speaking at the launch of the initiative, the 2022 National Best Farmer, Nanayao Sapon Sirebo I, said his outfit is committed to advocating for policies that will drive the interest of the youth in the sector.
The Rethink initiative will seek to, 1, sensitizing youth to agriculture as a business. The Rethink program is a clarion call urging our youth to perceive agriculture and the opportunities along its value chain as more than a traditional vocation, but an avenue of boundless opportunities that is fulfilling and economically rewarding. Advocacy is the heartbeat of change. And through Rethink, we seek to amplify the voice of the youth in agriculture. We will engage with policymakers, collaborate with industry leaders, and catalyze a movement that secures that resources, infrastructure, and support necessary for our young agri-warriors to flourish.
The Director of Agric Extension at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Paul Siame, added that government has incurred a huge debt as a result of the Planting for Food and Jobs program, hence the need for more youth to venture into agriculture to help achieve the aims of the program.
You agree with me, the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 1 registers some modest achievement, but not without challenges, which were highlighted through data collection, analysis, and reporting that we had. In fact, a major one included a high debt burden on government due to the fertilizer and seed subsidy program, weak marketing component, just among others. The PFJ 2.0 approach is that of a smart input credit in which the government facilitates access to inputs by aggregators who then advance this to the farmers within a payment-in-kind approach. This model is expected to improve production and productivity whilst reducing the debt burden on government.
The Rethink initiative will conclude sensitization programs for the youth in various parts of the country on the need to venture into agriculture.
Now, Deputy Director General in charge of technical operations at the National Communications Authority, Professor Asa Osei-Boateng, has called on the youth to embrace digitalization and the opportunities it presents. Speaking at a technology fair in Sunyane, Professor Boateng stressed the need for the youth to work together with their skill set to unleash the potential of digitalization to ensure sustainable development. Precious Semevo has more.
University of Energy and Natural Resources saw students exhibit some developed applications, including Compost Connect, Smart Irrigation System, and Smart Dust Bin for Waste Management, among others.
Used to shut how full, and then when it is full, take to even the so that you can put it in teas. Are you working with
The week's celebration is on the theme, Unleashing the Potential of Digitalization for National Development, the Role of the Youth. Speaking at the launch of the fair, the head of the Computer Science and Informatics Department, Dr. Peter Piahene, said despite the many achievements of the department, logistical support is required to realize the full potential of the youth.
As a young and growing university with more than 13,000 students who are being trained in science and technology using ICT as a tool, we can only boast of only 30 computers with less than 50 in good working conditions. As an educationalist and an IT expert, I can see that this is a serious problem that needs urgent attention by government and all stakeholders in the tech industry. We have also nurtured students innovation through hackathons and poster presentation, fostering an environment where students can showcase their skills and creativity. These events are more than just academic excellence. They are also platforms that ignite the spirit of innovation and collaboration among the youth.
The Deputy Director General of the National Communications Authority, Professor Eze Osei-Yeboah-Boateng, said the NCA through the Rural Telephony Project has improved internet connectivity and empowered the youth to access information and opportunities. He called on the youth to embrace the development opportunities digitalization presents.
Your expertise, creativity, and enthusiasm will be vital in driving the digital transformation that Ghana needs to thrive in the 21st century. I urge each of you to embrace the opportunities that digitalization presents. Your skills, talents, aspirations are crucial in shaping a prosperous and digitally empowered Ghana. Let us work together to unleash the potential of digitalization for national development and build a future that is inclusive, sustainable, and driven by the dynamism of our youth.
Bono Regional Minister Justina Osu-Banahene, on her part, appealed to stakeholders to formulate policies to foster innovations.
We must work hand in hand to formulate policies to foster innovation, and for that matter, supply digital infrastructure and promote digital literacy, mentorship programs, and skill development initiatives can empower the youth to harness digital technology effectively and responsibly.
Precious Semevo, Joy Business, Sunyai.
And that's it for this segment. Mami Esi will be back to wrap up. Stay tuned.
We've had news file over the weekend, and an interesting part of the conversation focused.
Oh no, we are out of range.
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. I have Alexa in my bag.
Alex, what?
Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana and play Joy FM.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
Listen to Joy FM, Hits FM, Love FM, live on your Amazon Echo. Listen to your favorite multimedia radio stations live on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana, play Joy FM or Hits FM or Love FM. Or catch up on your favorite podcast by saying, Alexa, play, and then the name of your favorite podcast from Multimedia Ghana. For a list of all podcasts available, say Alexa. Ask Multimedia Ghana to browse programs.
And we are back like we never lost signal.
Alexa, welcome to Multimedia.
When everybody came out, everybody's looking good, displaying their art, beautiful art everywhere. This is my 5th year coming in a row. So I'm here every August for the festival. It's been amazing being with my black people all day, every day. It's been great.
It's so fun here. There are a lot of art things to do. So I personally love it. And I love the artworks. I love Charlotte 2022.
It's fantastic. This year's experience is marvelous.
It's amazing. It's Charlotte Festival, y'all. You ought to be here.
The paintings, the people, the Ghanaians were awesome.
Everyone, when you're in Ghana around the same time, make sure you check it out. It's really happening.
Welcome back to News Desk. We'll be going back to the Nigerian embassy where Blessed Soga, head of Foreign Affairs and Diplomatic Affairs, is to give us an update of the picketing of Nigerians at the embassy who are calling for the reinstatement of President Bazoum, as well as the prevention of a military deployment in Niger. Blessed Soga is there for us, and we'll take it from here.
Of President Mohamed Bazoum, and they are also making further pronouncements that the political situation in their country ought to be reversed. Is the reason for which they are picketing right in front of the Nigerian embassy here in Accra, and their message is simple. They want President Mohamed Bazoum reinstated after he was deposed by the military regime or military junta in the Republic of Niger. So what you see now are all citizens of Niger. They are citizens who have amassed right here in front of the Nigerian embassy. And their point is simple, that they do not support the military takeover of the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum. And it's the reason for which you find women and so many of them yelling,
we want him back. We want Bazoum. We want him. He's a good president. And we don't want the milking of the soldier. We want Bazoum back. So they should bring him back for us.
Are you against the soldiers?
No, we don't like the soldiers because we will not see improvement in our country because of the youth. So we want the Bazoum back in our country. He's a good father. He's a father of all. So we want him back.
And that's the message that's resonating all across today, as you see so many of the, citizens of Niger registering their displeasure. So let's listen to their leadership.
So please, they should try for us. The people in Niger, the soldiers should drop down. They should give the president of the Niger people vote to him to power. They should bring the president back. So what we are saying, apart of Bazoum, we don't have any president in Niger because we need democracy. Africa is democracy. They give us democracy, freedom, and justice. Everybody to talk, but we know this soldier law. So that's why we come to here. We are discussing the ambassade here. The people, they are giving noise. They should drop the soldier. We need the president back. The soldier, we not like soldier law because they no vote give the soldier. They vote for the president. The president is working for Niger. The president is working. He like the Niger people. What happened? Every place. Then you go see the president go say that my people, my people. So that's why we come to here to give a noise in the ambassade.
But we've seen you people in the stadium supporting the military. Is that not an indication?
We know the people they are supporting the military. I think that is not that they are opposition. But we in democracy, we need democracy. Nobody that is going to follow the band that they no vote give the person. So far as they vote give the president, so that one that is the president for Niger. So even now, if they say the soldier is president, who vote to the soldier? Nobody vote to him. The coup that is make is wrong.
Now you are here. For how long will you be here?